I mean, QAnon. The idea that the Democrats, Biden, hiding people and sucking the blood of the children. I'm serious.
You might not have seen the ratings for Joe Biden's town hall on CNN last week. Frankly, people missed out. I think he got about 1.5 million, which, that sounds like a lot of people. 1.5 million that's nothing to sneeze at. But when you consider it's allegedly the president of the United States, it's less than half of 1% of the population. About as many people as voted for him legitimately. But you guys missed out because I watched it. I watched a little bit of it, and this guy, he was glitching out. I know he glitches out all the time, but at one point he glitched out for almost half a minute. Like I don't remember what the what the question was. He was out there with fucking Don Lennon or whatever. But he asked him a question, and his brain just started buffering, and I think he asked him about whether or not kids have to get vaccinated or something. He couldn't remember what he was supposed to say, or he just had, one of his Alzheimer's moments, and he just stopped, and he froze, and he looked scared and confused. And it's like, I get it. Sometimes when I'm doing the show, I don't know what I'm supposed to say next, but I don't say something about sucking blood out of kids. That was the other thing. He kept going to, look, I'm not going to say that he does, but he thinks that we think that he does, and he's obsessed with it lately. So he said something during this town hall, which again was watched by, and you can't say it was watched by 1.5 million people, because you know that most of those numbers when you're talking CNN, it's just airport terminals. Maybe a doctor's office or a dentist's office waiting room where they have to have it on all the time, but nobody's watching it. Especially in an airport terminal these days, everybody's suffocating from their fucking mask that they've been wearing it for an entire flight at 20,000 feet or whatever. And then they're sitting over on their layover with the mask on. They're passing out from it. They're trying to stare down at their phone and scroll their social media or maybe play some Candy Crush or something, and yet CNN's always there in the background. But yeah, he kept going to this thing. So he's like, look, the Republicans out there, they might think I'm the Antichrist. They might think that we suck the blood out of little kids. It's not until you mentioned it, buddy. But come to think of it, I could see you doing it. I've seen you grow plenty of them. And then he said this again, the next day. Somebody went up, a reporter asked him a question about defunding the police. And when he hears defund the police, for some reason, that sets this off in his head. And he's just like, oh, yeah, defund the police. You mean suck the blood out of kids? I don't do that, I swear. I just sniff their hair. I don't suck their blood. I don't suck their chrome. What do you mean, what's chrome? You know what it is. And then as if this is not enough, and I don't know why, but it's it's not that I feel bad about making fun of this fucking idiot. It's just I wish that we had other things to lead the show off with, but every week there's just more. I was going to talk about something else. I had other stuff in my agenda tonight, but then I think it was Sunday night. I see this video leak where it's on the White House lawn, and this guy, he gets off of the plane or the helicopter or whatever, and he goes walking up to the reporters there. The White House press corps, that gaggle of propagandists. And he's just really excited to tell them something before they even ask him a question. And he goes, my butt's been wiped. And everyone, the whole internet's like, what the fuck did he just say? Was that just more jibber jabber? Was that gibberish? And everybody's kind of watching it and what do you hear? Listen to it again. It's like playing your heavy metal records backwards. And it's, my butt's been wiped. My butt's been wiped. And the consensus is that Joe Biden was in a big hurry to tell all his friends in the press that somebody wiped his ass. That his butt has been wiped. frankly, good for him. I mean, it's probably a big accomplishment for Joe. I mean, normally he's probably walking around with half a day's worth of shit in his diaper, especially as much ice cream as he eats, and we know that he's on medicine for being incontinent, and God only knows what kind of amphetamine cocktail they shoot him up with before they trot him out into the public. That can't do good things for your bowels. I mean, maybe it can. I don't know. Better question for Hunter, who, of course, we've just seen more video of him smoking crack in like somebody's garage at the crack of dawn. You know, because as you do, you know, you wake up in the morning, or maybe you already were awake, and you start smoking crack, and you get on the phone and you argue with your dead brother's widow who you're banging while you're supposed to be at rehab. This is normal. This is normal for Hunter Biden. I mean, honestly, I've known crackheads in my life, and I'm not going to say I have sympathy for Hunter Biden because, you know, I'm not saying that he's a child molester, but, well, but I mean, have you ever heard of a crackhead that's so happy to record himself on video in compromising positions? I mean, I've seen this guy smoke more rocks than that Dave Chappelle character. I've seen him smoke more crack than Marion Barry. I mean, he's on video. He's on photographs smoking crack. He's in pictures with underage girls with his dick out. He's happy to tell people about picking Parmesan cheese off of the carpet and throwing that in his old meth pipe. I mean, it's almost like this guy is trying to be compromised. Like it's like his job is to create blackmail material. It's unbelievable. I mean, at some point, I just wish that they wouldn't rely on shows like this to talk about it. You know, if you follow Facebook and you read the Washington Post, you might not even know he's a crackhead. Man, I should move on from these people. You know, we've got a lot of stories in the stack. Obviously, I'm flying solo today, but we've got a great show for you. I did want to touch on this COVID nonsense because obviously they're cranking it up again. They're trying to get you ready for a lockdown 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. Didn't barely do it last time. I hope that none of you do it either. You know, because if you participate, well, that just gives them it gives them the right, I guess, in their opinion, to make you do it again. But yeah, they're out there and they're talking about doing all the same bullshit that didn't work the last time. After we've exposed the fact that the whole pandemic was a farce. So on one hand, you hear them admitting, yeah, we lied about all the death numbers. Like 94% of those weren't even COVID, but who's counting? All the test results. I mean, those PCR, that was a scam. We had the cycles cranked way up. We were, oops, sorry. Oh yeah, we've got effective treatments. We just didn't tell you about it. We tried to ban them, but if you catch it, you're not going to die from it. Unless maybe you get this, this vaccine that's putting everybody in the hospital now. But yeah, they're ramping it up. I'm glad to see that people aren't taking it. At least when you see the rest of the world, it was great to see literally millions of people, like every city in France. You get people going fucking Frenchmen. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Macron, watch out. Next step involves a choppy your head.